Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. I'm taking the hit for you. Speaking of taking the hit for you, you might not be able to tell by looking at me, but sometimes I go to the dispensary. I swear to God, you would not believe it, but I was actually really surprised the very first time. I remember, do you guys remember back, like you would be sitting with your friends, it was illegal. It was illegal. And you'd be like, dude, don't you wish there was a store that you could go to? And your buddy would be like, I know, what if they delivered, man? Holy shit, they do. They deliver. And they let you pay online. You don't even need cash. It's the most dangerous thing that's ever happened to me in my life, honestly. And I'm still blown away by it. I'm not sure if it's a good idea, honestly, but I guess it is because I like it. But I was really surprised the very first time I went to a dispensary. I thought it was just going to be a bunch of dudes like me at the dispensary, like maybe like a Rush t-shirt or something on, you know, like, oh, how are you doing? Yeah, did you get indica? Yeah, dude, indica. Oh, I like sativa myself, cool. Like that, but it wasn't when I got in there. Those guys were there, don't get me wrong, plenty of Rush t-shirts. But it blew my mind. It was just like this. In fact, I think I've seen most of you there. But it was doctors and nurses and teachers and firefighters and fucking cops. And all of us were in there together waiting for our weed. And I didn't expect that. I honestly did not. It really just was crazy to me. And so, of course, when something's on your mind, as a songwriter, you go home and write songs about it. So but this song's on my brand new record that's coming out early next year, and I want to play it for you guys because this place is called Julie's Joint.
Yep.
So I'll see you all in the parking lot, I guess. Well, he drives an F-150, supports the NRA, hitched his wagon to the GOP. Well, he farms the livelong day away, and he's earned the right to play. So every night at sunset, he rolls one up to toast the day. Tractor pulls are trippy, and the jukebox now plays Lucy in the Sky. Now that the cowboys get high. Woo! Well, the times they are changing, and he's been a changing too. Budweiser kombucha and lavender flavored chew. And now he thinks he's a vegetarian because he stopped having chili on his fries. He discovered sitar music, but he don't want to see through his third eye. Now the rodeo has hippies, the tractor pulls are trippy, and the jukebox now plays Lucy in the Sky. Now that the cowboys get high. Well, he fell in love with a liberal, and they moved out west to Coeur d'Alene. And he's still a farmer, but the crops don't look the same. They still argue politics, but it never gets insane. 'Cause right and left don't matter when you're on a higher plane. Maybe you didn't hear me. I said, Right and left don't matter when you're on a higher plane. Now the rodeo has hippies, the tractor pulls are trippy, and the jukebox now plays Lucy in the Sky. Now that the cowboys get high. You guys sing that with me. Now that the cowboys get high. Yeah! What a surprise! That's funny. I always do the one that mentions politics when they know I'm going to do one next anyways. There are places I can't do that song. This is about as far east as I can do that song. But it's true. You guys laughed in all the right places. In what I call California Tucky, which is east. Well, sort of. There are some California Tucky-ish parts of Bakersfield. But to be honest with you, actually, San Diego is one of the most conservative places in the country because there's a lot of Navy folks down there, and so I've had a lot of opportunities to have my wife keep the car running outside before I do that one. You guys, thank you so much for being here. My name is Jeff Berkley. I'm from San Diego, California. I'd love if you guys want to get a t-shirt or a sticker. We got magnets. We got all sorts of... We're just clothing salesmen now. That's what musicians do, and we'd love to separate you from your money and give you a nice t-shirt or something to go home with. There's CDs if you still do that sort of thing. Anyone here have a CD player? Wow, vintage. That is amazing. Well, we've got CDs here for you and all that stuff. So. Also, Berkeley Heart are playing a show in a couple of weeks at the A-Frame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know the A-Frame.
So you guys know about that one? Is that close by here?
Yeah.
11 miles?
Yeah.
Julie, can I just stay here? It's silly to drive all the way home.
We got room for you.
It's an hour. 11 miles is an hour and a half. Yeah. It's like London. It's like England's like that. They say the average miles per hour, the average speed in London hasn't changed in 1,000 years. And they're not kidding. To be a taxi driver in London, you have to go to school and learn what they call the knowledge. And you're really, like the taxi drivers are the coolest people in London. Everybody thinks, oh yeah, they have the knowledge. But they just know when the roads are open, dude. Let's not get carried away. But I don't have the knowledge, so what do I know? I wrote this song in the car, and I was driving, and my guitar was in the trunk, which is easier to do than you think. You just think of words and you sing them in a tune. And the hardest part of that whole business is remembering the words. And I was driving from San Diego to Quincy, California to play at a festival up there. And I was late leaving town, man. I had a flat tire and one of my guitars was busted when I was trying to load up, and all this stuff happened. I was 4 hours late getting out of town. You guys, you know that feeling?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like if anybody says one word to you, they'll be murdered. I was not a nice driver. And I got out on the road. You know, I've seen some of those drivers were around today on the way up here. And it took me all the way until the other side of the grapevine before I snapped out of it. I just was in a bad mood. But you know, you get up over the top and you start heading downhill, and you turn up the radio and roll down the windows a little bit. And it was that time of day where the shadows were kind of long. The sun was low, and it was just beautiful up there. At a certain point, you catch a glimpse of the Great Central Valley out in front of you, and it looks like fake or something. It looks like a canvas, but you keep going downhill and winding your way. You get closer and closer. At a certain point, it seems like maybe you could coast all the way to San Francisco, which I've tried, and the cops will pull you over. But I was out there and I was feeling better, and then you get across the valley, you get up into the mountains, and now I've got the radio off, and I got my own tunes going through my head and my own words, and it was just, it's always, the song is always about what you need to figure out, whether you think it's about someone else or not. I write a lot of songs that seemingly are about other people, but they're always just about me, so I'm gonna leave you guys with this one. Thank you so much for being here. Something about this mountain feeds my soul. Something about 10,000 feet makes me whole. And I've been circling the desert, and it takes its toll. Something about this mountain feeds my soul. Something about this ocean makes me high. Something about the salt and breeze tugging of the tide. I've been feeling lost and alone, my energies run dry. Something about this ocean makes me high. Something about this city brings me to my knees. Something about the one-way streets, transplanted trees. Oh, honey, let's get out of town. I'm begging, darling, please. Something about this city brings me to my knees. Something about this moment makes me smile. Something about this time together, though it's just a while. But I'll carry all your hearts with me down each and every mile. Something about this moment makes me smile. Something about this mountain feeds my soul. Thank you all so much. It's been a pleasure. Thanks again to John's up there and all his buddies up here. You guys were amazing. Thank you, Julie.